This is a special presentation from Erie News Now, a first warning weather live event ahead of the storm.
All right, you're looking at a live picture from Dobbins Landing of the bay, and you can see the waters there, and we're waiting for a picturesque sunset. Problem is with that sunset, it is going to be a cold sunset. Welcome, everybody, to First Warning Weather's live event ahead of the storm. I'm John Stalen. Of course, David will check in a few moments, and, of course, Sarah Tonks as well. And, of course, we'll have more from around the area about severe weather. But first, it is unfortunate that we have to talk about summer weather with a freeze warning that is in effect for the area. So take a look at that. You can see a freeze warning is in effect for the area, and that does cover places southern Erie County, Crawford County, and beyond. And what does that mean? Protect those plants, of course, tonight. Bring in those potted plants, and also watch your pets and check on the elderly. Make sure their heat is working and they have plenty of blankets to stay warm. So let's get this started. Let's get back to summer. Recently, I talked to the National Weather Service. There's some new information out there, some new ways of the way we're going to explain how severe storms are and how they're going to affect you. Take a listen. Being prepared is essential when dealing with thunderstorms.
You can see some of those heavier areas of showers.
With the help from the National Weather Service, the First Warning Weather Team gets life-saving warnings out ahead of the storms. Since 2016, 188 severe thunderstorm warnings have been issued for our area, along with 17 tornado warnings and 33 flood warnings. Starting this season, the National Weather Service is simplifying these alerts. That according to Michael Fries from the National Weather Service in Buffalo. He and I chatted a bit earlier on Skype.
We were starting to be capable of putting a tag on them, basically, where we could indicate that tornadoes would be possible. Well, we kind of expanded upon that this year with 2 additional tags that'll start come the middle to late part of July. The first of those would be a considerable tag, and that tag means that winds of 70 miles an hour or hailstones with a diameter of 1 3/4 inch or greater are possible. And the other tag would be a destructive tag. That's a tag that would indicate 80 mile an hour wind gusts or 2 3/4 inch diameter hailstones are possible. And the other thing that extends off of that, much like with tornado warnings, they kick off the wireless emergency alerts on your phone. Those destructive tagged or 2 3/4 inch hail or 80 mile an hour severe thunderstorm warnings will likewise kick off the wireless emergency alerts on your cell phone as well.
So we're using verbiage like considerable damage, destructive damage, and I guess there was a thought process that folks were ignoring or kind of becoming immune to some of the warning or the language from before?
Well, I think there's some recognition that there is a large difference between a low-end severe thunderstorm warning and a higher-end severe thunderstorm warning.
I still think we need to make the point that any severe thunderstorm, no matter what, is could be extremely dangerous.
Right, yeah. I mean, basically all of our studies indicate that most of the failures with wood-based trees and structures and things like that happen around 60 miles an hour. So you're never going to want to be around a tree when it comes down, whether the wind's blowing at 60 miles an hour or 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, at that point, it really doesn't matter too much, right? Buffalo radar, you guys changed your radar tilt a little bit ago, and I think it's actually done a little bit for us here in Erie with the lake effect snow, a little bit for us over the last couple of seasons. What have you guys decided on that?
We get a pretty good view now down the lakeshore anyway, right from Chautauqua County into Erie County, Pennsylvania. And it gives us a better look out over the lake especially. So we get to see the origins of the bands a little better than we did in the past. I mean, we went from a 1/2 degree above horizontal to 3/10 of a degree above horizontal, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking of a distance of, say, 75 to 100 miles from the radar, that at that distance, that small change in the elevation angle is equivalent to several thousand feet in terms of where you are over the lake, and that's the difference between seeing a lake effect band and not seeing it.
Yeah, and I know that Cleveland has done the same thing, and I think it's helped a little bit. So that's helping with our lack of radar here, but I know a lot of folks still would like their own radar here. It's been gone since the 90s. And lastly, I want to talk about, Michael, is our advisories. It looks like the National Weather Service may be getting rid of advisories.
Yeah, there's been a whole movement within the Weather Service to simplify our product suite because there's a whole lot of people that don't really understand some of the statements and advisories and the spectrum amongst them. So in an effort to streamline the products, it was announced that no earlier than 2024 that all advisories and special weather statements will be going away. So it's still a 3-year timeline to do so. It doesn't mean that any of the information that comes out of the office will be different. It'll just be categorized differently so that people won't need to understand that an advisory is actually more certain than a watch, right? Which has been something that's been confusing. So now we'll just go straight from watch to warning.
All right, thank you, Michael Fries from the National Weather Service in Buffalo. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, so basically to sum that up, considerable destructive damage. You'll be hearing us say that more and more, and that means that the severity of those severe thunderstorms will be greater, and you should take caution and action to stay safe. And always stay safe when we get to a tornado warning. That's definitely a destructive type weather that would move on through the area. Our Elena Jonathan traveled up to Warren to see how Warren County emergency management officials were preparing for tornado season.
Tornadoes virtually come out of nowhere, and when they do, you want to make sure you're near either a bathroom or a basement, somewhere with enclosed walls, to make sure you and your family stay safe. Over in Warren County, they have an alarm to let residents know when it's time to bunker down. This is what it sounds like in Warren County if a tornado is approaching. Now the clock starts to tick to try to get you and your family to safety.
These sirens, when they're activated, they sound different. They go up and they stay up. And what that means is folks should seek shelter and then turn to a trusted news or weather source.
There are sirens on the top of the fire stations in Warren that Ken McCorson says have been around since the 90s. As Director of Public Safety, McCorson says these sirens were crucial, especially when the tornado touched down a few years ago.
It really affected our Starbrick area. It hit our hazardous materials response building there in Starbrick and continued on through up into Scandia. Those sirens are a necessity in my opinion.
Recently, there was a siren test to make sure if the time comes, this sound will no longer be an annoyance, but could be a lifesaver.
If it's Doppler indicated by the National Weather Service, we usually get a few minutes warning. But if it's seen by a trained weather spotter on the ground, then there would be little notice. They should seek shelter immediately.
In Warren County, Elena Jonathan, Erie News Now.
No doubt, severe weather. If you hear a siren, you hear the warning, you should get to cover immediately. And one way that we will inform you is through the first warning weather alert desk out there. Isaac Petcash, he mans that alert desk, and tell us a little bit about what people can expect this season.
Yeah, hey John, let's see exactly what this can do. So not only can we do different cameras, we'll show you that in a second, but we can also go to this big board back here and we can show you the weather graphics, whether that's your 7-day outlook, what you want to look for, whether that's your Doppler max in the event of a severe storm, or even something like the temperatures if they rise and fall rapidly in an event of severe weather. But we can also go live to our cameras. Take a look at this. I'm right now on the Oliver's cam, the Ravine Flyer cam, the mall cam. We can go to any of these different live cameras and really allow us to see exactly what's going on real time during the event of a severe weather. John?
That's right, thank you. So Isaac and the entire Erie News Now team is part of the weather department, and of course we will bring you the most accurate coverage of what's going on across the area. We're coming back in just a few moments, and David Wolter, he'll have the summer outlook, hot, cold, wet, dry, the answer.
Aw, they're making sure I still love my glasses. Of course I do. They made them so fast, I blinked and they were ready. I can't wait to see the look on everyone's faces when they taste my homemade cake.
Two pairs starting under $40, only at iMart Express.
Ashley Home Store's lowest prices of the season ends Monday. Get 0% interest for 72 months on select Tempur-Pedic and Beautyrest Black mattresses. Plus, get up to a $200 MasterCard rewards card. Ashley Home Store on Upper Peach next to John B. Schultz.
I give you this ring.
Women remember special moments, and jewelry symbolizes those moments. From her first Mother's Day to now. Break Iron Jewelers has the gift for you at 4026 Pine Avenue.
I love you, Mommy.
At Interstate Mitsubishi Pre-Owned Center, we have the right vehicle that'll fit your budget and lifestyle, like a certified 2020 Outlander Sport all-wheel drive for only $18,988, or take a certified 2020 Eclipse Cross for only $18,488. How about a certified 2018 Outlander all-wheel drive for only $18,988? All our certified Mitsubishis go through a multi-point inspection, plus you're covered up to 100,000 miles.
Voted Erie's Choice for Best Local Radio Station. Thanks, Erie.
All right, welcome back to Ahead of the Storm, a live event out there, and it's so interesting being out here in a winter hat and covered up. We're talking about the summer season. David Walter takes us through what we can expect from Mother Nature.
In order to get a good idea of what we are expecting over the next couple of months in terms of temperatures, I decided to look back over the last couple of years. All of this data comes from the Erie International Airport. That is our one big data site here in Northwest Pennsylvania. And the last couple of summers, we have been either at average or above average. And our average temperature, this is when you average out highs and lows, is 69.8 degrees. So many of these years, we've been above that 70-degree mark. You can see 2017, we were actually right at where we typically should be. And you'll also notice this is from June 1st to August 31st. That is meteorological summer. It's a lot easier to look at data from the first of a month all the way to the end of another month. But of course, this does cover most of the summer season. So it has been fairly warm as of late. Another thing we want to look at is what's happening globally. We've heard of El Nino. We've heard of La Nina. Right now, we are in a La Nina, but the forecast over the next couple of months is for that La Nina phase to kind of go away. We don't truly go into an El Nino, so we'll be actually neutral. That's what the phase will be. It's not El Nino, and it's not La Nina. So basically, going back historically, I decided to see when we have had these phase changes from La Nina to neutral and what the temperature trend was during those corresponding summers. And so the last time we had a La Nina year go to neutral was 2018. And you can see, if we really start at the bottom of this list back in 1976, you'll notice that the average temperature was 66.6 degrees. And I highlighted the colder than average years in blue. We get to 2001, that's right on par with our average. You can see that right there. And then 2006, 2012, 2018, we were above normal. Every single year in this sequence here is greater than the previous one. So that's obviously a big sign that we are on an upward trend. And it kind of makes sense with what is happening globally. Global temperatures have been at record numbers for the last 2 decades. So our trend locally has been up whenever we do see this transition from La Nina to more of a neutral phase. Again, neither La Nina or El Nino. So some really interesting stuff going on there. This is the prediction from NOAA, the Climate Prediction Center. They're saying much of the country will be above average, including here in Northwest PA. And if you put a percentage on it, 55% chance that we will be warmer than normal. And with the warm weather also comes some rain as well. It's a decent chance that we will experience wetter than normal conditions, about a 45% chance that we'll have a wetter than normal summer. So what does this mean for you? Well, I'll get to that in just 1 minute, but I'm predicting a warmer than average summer just based on the trends, based on the global phases that we are going from and into. I think that's going to translate to those very warm days and probably some warm, sticky nights as well. So how does this impact you? You got to stay hydrated. That's critical. Heat stroke is a serious, serious thing. Unfortunately, your energy bill might be higher. Even if you do have one of those window fans, that will be running a lot. And also with more rain and the warm weather comes those pesky mosquitoes and those bugs. So don't forget the bug spray.
That's right. Thanks, David. And of course, sunscreen always important too. Isaac Petcash joins us now from the Alert Desk. And we got Facebook Live going. Are there any questions that people are asking us, Isaac?
Yeah, John, we got a bunch. The main one that I'm hearing, though, and this one coming from Mark Porter, I'm so anxious to plan with the hot and cold weather. John, when's it safe to do that?
I'm sorry. I can't. Could you repeat that, Isaac? Sorry.
Sure. A couple of people saying they're anxious to plant. When is it safe to plant?
Oh, planting. Yeah, I know, especially with the freeze warning going on. Here's the climatology from Erie. Basically, May 6th is basically on average the last frost on average here into Erie. So technically, I guess it could be safe after that. A lot of folks wait to May 15th, or some actually wait till Memorial Day to start planting. And just for knowledge purposes, June 11th, 1972, that was the latest frost here into Erie. So let's hope it's not this year, because I know a lot of people want to plant.
Yeah, good point. All right, I got one more question for you quick, John, here. Carter is asking, when will the windy conditions stop?
Oh, the windy conditions. The windy conditions today should stop right around midnight, 1 o'clock, and that's just in time for that freeze warning to officially kick in across the area. So, again, move those plants in. You'll have plenty of time to do that across the area. Isaac, I know that we'll have some more questions. If you have questions at home, send them to the Facebook Live. Isaac's at the Alert Desk. He's monitoring that, and we'll get some more of your questions on air in just a few moments. But in just a few moments, we're going to go head out to Sarah Tonk. She is out in Mill Creek, where we are getting ready to hear from a supervisor out there and how they're preparing for flood season, one of the areas that are really prone to flooding. You are looking live at Dobbins Landing. We're waiting for a beautiful chilly sunset. More coming up in a few.
Other mattress retailers, out of stock. John P. Schultz, overstocked on best-selling Century Hybrid pillow top mattresses. With individually wrapped coils and luxurious memory foam, Century's so comfortable, supportive, and durable. And never more affordable. Twin Fuller Queen mattresses are a great deal at $5.99, but we're overstocked, so you get an extra 25% off, now only $4.49. Available now for immediate pickup or delivery at John P. Schultz.
Right now, there's a shortage of direct care workers, and Voices for Independence is offering a bonus for new hires. If you're the right person, you can earn a bonus of up to $450 your first year, and that's in addition to a competitive hourly rate, paid time off, overtime, health benefits, paid training, and a 24-hour on-call staff support. You know Voices, serving this area for nearly 30 years, but act now. The bonus program ends once openings are filled. For details, call or check the website of Voices for Independence.
Aliens shouldn't be Earth's saviors. I will destroy her.
Bring it on. Supergirl! I'm not gonna let you die!
Supergirl. New episode this Tuesday at 9/8 Central, only on the CW.
Welcome back to Ahead of the Storm, a first warning weather special. We're out in Mill Creek now with Sarah Thompson. It's one area that sees a lot of flooding, especially over the last few years. And Sarah did a little investigating, and tell us what you found out there in Mill Creek, Sarah.
Now, I'm currently out in Mill Creek Township, a location that has had major issues with flooding in past years. Earlier today, I spoke with a man who lives out here named Thomas Delfrat, and he said that 3 years ago, he wound up with 5 feet of water in his basement, causing $70,000 worth of damage. Now, Mill Creek Township has been doing a lot to fix that. But some other things you need to keep in mind is that flooding is the #1 cause of deaths nationally due to severe weather, and by the numbers, flooding actually causes more deaths than hurricanes and lightning combined. The most common causes of deaths due to flooding occur when vehicles enter floodwaters, and this can pose a major danger to you, as you often can't tell how strong or deep the water in front of you is, or if the water in front of you has in fact been washed out. And it only takes as little as 6 inches of water to potentially lose control of your vehicle. Now, that's why the key to any flooding situations can be turn around, don't drown, and basically do not drive into running waters. Now, I'm here with a Mill Creek Township Supervisor, John Morgan, to discuss what has been done in Mill Creek over the past couple of years to kind of rectify this situation.
Hi, sir. How's it going tonight?
I'm doing good. So first of all, what has been done in the past couple of years to fix the flooding situation?
Sure. Well, I mean, over the past few years, Mill Creek has invested in creating regional detention basins in the past probably 20 years. We built up 20 of those to help with flooding issues. Part of the challenge we have is really with climate change. We're seeing a larger amount, more frequency of these kind of intense, short duration, localized rain events that are causing flooding in certain neighborhoods. Part of what we have to do to address those issues is make sure we're maintaining our infrastructure well, make sure we're keeping channels clear, make sure we're proactively cleaning out our storm sewer system, which we have begun doing. Now that we've outsourced our paving, our crews are dedicated almost completely to stormwater in the summer to keep that water flowing.
All right. Now I think we're going to take a question over from Isaac Petcash at our alert desk. He's monitoring some of our Facebook comments to see what questions viewers in the area have. So Isaac Petcash, if you can hear me, we're going to go ahead and turn it over to you for some viewer questions.
Yeah, Sarah, question here for John. People want to know, in the event of a flood, what's the best thing you can do to stay safe?
Gonna wait on that for a second.
All right, Sarah, see if you can hear me now. Question we're getting here. In the event of a flood, what way can you stay safe? The best way to stay safe?
Okay, so the question is, in the event of a flood, what is the best way that you can stay safe? So for people just in their homes, out and about, how can people stay safe?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head earlier with the turn around, don't drown. But part of the biggest problem we have when it comes from the public infrastructure perspective is folks driving through flooded areas. You know, make sure you avoid those areas. Make sure if you know a rainstorm is coming, stay away from bluffs, stay away from our creeks. You know, sometimes we have kids playing in our creeks, and if the rain's coming, you never know how soon that water can come flowing down those creeks and fill up past the banks.
All right, thank you. That's very good advice. And of course, we've got water. We got some water here, so that's just a drainage, I guess would be the word, but all right. But we'll be back a little bit later to finish up and give you the latest on the severe weather special.
All right, thanks, Sarah. Let's go ahead and take a look here at this drone cam as we get set to wrap things up here in our weather special. Beautiful sky for now. A lot more coming up when we come back.
The impact of COVID-19 coronavirus has impacted so many aspects of our lives, our health, our livelihood, and our retirement funds. Every Wednesday, join Erie News Now for Wise Money Wednesday. Special reports to help you navigate through the confusion of retirement planning, investment strategies, Social Security, life insurance, and Medicare. Wise Money Wednesday on Erie News Now, every Wednesday on WSEE at noon and WICU at 5:30. Brought to you by financial advisor Roland Klunich from Roland Financial Wealth Management.
We all know vitamins and minerals are an important part of healthy living, athletic recovery, and graceful aging. Vitamins and water are important for a youthful appearance, athletic performance, and general health. Wellness Now offers an alternative to taking multiple daily supplements, vitamins, and pills by offering IV nutritional vitamin drips packed full of all of these important nutrients. So lose the expensive pills and powders. Visit our website at www.wellnessnowvitality.com. That's wellnessnowvitality.com.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today. It is good to have you with us. Changes in the air. Are you ready? We do have a lot happening, including new progress in the vaccine rollout. These new trials of kids, parents like me wonder if our kids are going to be eligible for the vaccine.
The high school principal, so excited to honor him.
If you are a nurse, thank you.
Hoda's on a cleaning binge.
I can't stop cleaning.
You have never seen anything like it.
Warmth and spring is coming.
Future's looking bright.
Remember, there's not always storms in summer. We enjoy the outdoors, especially here in Erie, Pennsylvania. Obviously, Presque Isle, hiking, fishing, golfing, whatever you want to do. And there's Waldameer, and Steve Gorman from Waldameer joins us here. Last year, a little challenging. So you're actually reintroducing Waldameer to people this year on the 125th anniversary.
Sure, last year was more than a little challenging, but we only had about 23% of our normal attendance. So we're thinking that there's more than 50% of the people that haven't been to our park and didn't get to see our new additions last year.
Yeah, as we're going to see some video there. A little sparse last year, and this year they're going to lift some of these regulations and that. What can people who haven't been there in maybe 2 years expect?
Well, we will go back to free admission this year. Last year you had to buy a pass to come to, make a reservation to come to the park, but we will lift that restriction. And we have 2 new attractions that we put in last year that we're really excited about. The Rally Racer water slide was fun, and I understand that you want to come ride it, so that's good. And we have a new small roller coaster that the young families really enjoyed.
Yeah, no, we're definitely going to ride the water slide. We're going to do it a little early so that we can beat the lines. Because I have it in with the president here. If someone hasn't been to Waldameer in a few years or hasn't been to Waldameer, tell them why they should come and why especially this year.
Well, since you're predicting a warmer summer, our water park is a really great place to enjoy on a hot day. Clean water and lots of fun. We have 27 water slides now. We've really grown the water park over the last 5 years.
And you're obviously going to follow social distancing rules and whatever you need to keep people safe.
Sure, right. I mean, right now you're supposed to wear a mask. That's it's like any businesses around our state. But and social distance, keep clean, sanitize. We'll be prepared and help you with that.
All right, Steve Gorman from Waldameer, thank you. We're going to have more, of course, on your weather online and on air, but thank you for watching.
Reddington's lying. This machine can prove it.
Elizabeth has my cipher.
This could finally prove that Reddington's a Russian agent.
Dateline's Friday premiere starts with a horror movie, a star with a killer role.
Oh my God, that's a 38.
And a true Hollywood twist.
My jaw hit the floor.
An all-new Dateline tonight, 9/8 Central.
Over $12,000 in cash and prizes. Spring into summer with the Happy Home Update. Let us help you tackle those projects with these locally owned businesses. We're talking over $12K in cash and prizes that someone from our happy community will win. Get registered at happy927.com.
Local news has never been more important during a pandemic.
And we all need news we can trust.
Join Mike Ruzzi and Eva Mastromattio for more stories. What matters to you? In-depth, comprehensive breaking news coverage that goes deeper. Giving you the information you need from the team you trust.
Thanks for choosing Erie News Now at 6, and we want to update
Erie News Now at 6 p.m. It's local coverage you can count on.
How do you turn the mild-mannered Katie Ledecky into an unstoppable force of nature? Just add water. When she touches a pool, records break, gold piles up, and well, you'll see.
Erie's oldest respected technical school is now offering medical careers. Medical Billing and Coding prepares you for an entry-level medical profession. Medical equipment technicians install, calibrate, troubleshoot, and repair medical equipment. Phlebotomy technicians assist in the collection of blood and other important clinical specimens. Train for your high-demand medical career today. To receive further information, call 868-9900 or visit erieit.edu.
Get a great view with the Warren webcam. First Warning Weather shows you what's happening around downtown Warren, live on air and anytime online. The Warren webcam is brought to you by the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College.